So I'll be honest, I'm calling myself out right now. I totally forgot that, well, I know that I have a follow-up appointment today with Dr. Siegel, the neurosurgeon, but I forgot if he ordered images for me that I was supposed to get done before my appointment at 2 o'clock. So I am in a very, very like procrastinated, last minute, forgetful way in front of the diagnostic center right now, and I'm gonna go in and see if they have any images ordered for me to take, and hope that if they do, it will be within enough time for them to transfer the images over to the office for my appointment that's in a couple hours. So, oops. Looks like I didn't have any images ordered, which is great. So I guess I wasn't slacking as much as I thought I might have been, and I will keep you updated on how my follow-up appointment goes in a couple hours. Hey guys, and something I came across today after, I hadn't seen it in a while, but it's this little book that I was rereading through called Scientific Healing Affirmations by a guru named Paramahansa Yogananda, who is just world renowned for being a metaphysical and spiritual healer. And a friend of mine gave me this book when I was, in the heart of my spinal fracture recovery process, and it was really helpful. I mean, some of it might seem a little bit far out there for some people, but I've found that, like, if you are able to open your mind up and believe in and practice a lot of the suggestions that are given in this book of scientific healing affirmations, then it really does open the door for a much quicker, more thorough and natural healing experience, especially when compared to the type of healing that is, healing, so to speak, that is done in like Western medicine, hospitals and doctors' offices, where it involves a lot more unnatural, invasive procedures and synthetic chemicals that mask a lot of your symptoms and don't allow you to really get in touch with your own body in order to give your body what it needs to heal in a more natural way. So again, I highly recommend this book, because it's not a big investment to make relative to the potential benefits that it can bring to your healing process. Because, I mean, for someone who fractured their spine less than a year ago, I'm doing incredibly well with minimal interference with Western medicine. And I think a lot of it has to do with my belief and practices in some things that are considered a little bit more alternative and spiritual in nature. But they work, miracles do happen. I am back home after the appointment at the neurosurgeons with Dr. Siegel, and he did all of the same little tests with checking my flexibility and my sensation, and all in all, things are going really well. I told him like a lot of the activities that I have been able to resume lately, the only one of which he was a little bit concerned was the hiking I've been doing at the trail behind my mom's house, because it's a pretty steep decline. Like the incline he's not as worried about, except for the falling factor that could be associated with the steep rocky incline. But as long as I'm good about getting up the hill, he's more concerned about me getting down the hill, because it's pretty sandy, which it doesn't provide the most or the best resistance on the way down, and I tend to run down, so between the lack of resistance and the jarring motion on a steep decline, like, he wasn't very happy to hear about that. He said it's not like I'll never be able to do that again, but I should have probably waited about a full year from the accident date to resume things that are quite that intense. But outside of that, both the doctors, he and his colleague, who was also in the last video that you guys saw when I was at the doctor's office, both were very impressed and think that I should be able to make a full recovery by the 1 year mark is probably when I'll want to go back and just confirm everything. But that's when they anticipate I will have probably made a completely full recovery. So that was amazing news, because they didn't seem to think that that was going to be a possibility when this whole thing got started. And even up and through the last visit, they didn't seem to think that a full recovery was going to be completely possible. But given everything I told them I'd been doing and the results I've had in terms of not much pain or, you know, just any issues outside of what would have normally happened even before I had the injury, you know, just some soreness from when you work out really hard. So that was great news, encouraging news. I'm very excited, and I'm about to go take in a whole load of groceries right now that are pretty heavy, and I've been able to do all that kind of stuff without problems, and now the doctors are even confirming that that's going to be okay for the long run. I'm not going to be stupid. I'll still continue to listen to my body and where its limits might be as they arise. But all in all, things are looking great. So if you are out there and have a very severe injury, you know, particularly a spinal fracture, which is probably what attracted you to these videos in the first place, just know that even with some of the most intense spinal fractures that can happen, because mine was really bad, just have faith and hope in yourself and in your body's miraculous ability to heal itself. And I wish you the best of luck, and that your outcome in whatever you're dealing with is just as good, if not even better, than what I was able to accomplish. So, on that note, peace, love, and the only little extra that I learned for anybody out there is that I've heard this before, but the doctor kind of scolded me a little bit for drinking club soda, because I love club soda, like mixing club soda with, you know, like green juices and all kinds of stuff. Like, club soda is a fun drink for me, but any soda, any drink with carbonation leaches phosphorus from your bones, weakening your bones. So be careful if you drink carbonated beverages, any kind of carbonated beverages, because it leaks nutrients in the form of phosphorus from your bones. So I'll have to curb that habit. But outside of that, I really can't complain. Okay, bye guys. Like, part of that grocery load I told you about that I just brought in still had club soda in it. So, old habits die hard, and this is gonna be one of them. I wish I didn't love it, but I do.